HBCU Game Day coming to you following a spirited Orange and Green game, and we have the head Rattler, Coach Willie Simmons. Coach, what a spirited Orange and Green game. Looked like we avoided serious injury out there, and then we saw some plays by players. I mean, that's about all you can ask for a spring game.
Well, no, all we can ask for is that nobody got hurt, and that happened. So it was a very successful day. Beautiful weather. It was probably the best day we've had all spring. So it was great to see fans come out. You know, the March 100 was here, cheerleaders were here, our administration was in attendance. So it was a great day. A lot of competition on both sides. Some guys made some really big plays today. Some guys that no one has heard of made some plays. So it was always good to see. It was a close game, went into overtime. And the green team found a way to pull it out. So, but all in all, a great spring. I thought we got a lot of good work done and gives us a lot of momentum going into this offseason.
Coach, it was kind of fitting that Jeremy Moussa, QB1, scored the winning touchdown at the end, but there was some great play by the quarterbacks today. You can talk about them, the quarterbacks and their play today.
Yeah, I thought the guys came out and competed. All of them got to play, So, again, obviously Jeremy started off with the green team, and Trey Fisher got to start with the orange team, and they've had some good drives. Junior Meritovic came in and, put the first touchdown on the board, hit Kevin Sawyer, one of those unnamed guys on the check down, and Kevin did the rest, So it was really good to see him play at a high level. Junior's a guy that we've always felt has the physical tools and traits, but it's just about the intangibles. But he showed today his ability to extend plays, check the ball down, take what the defense gives them, and that was really encouraging to see. Trey Fisher's had a really great spring. He's a coach's kid, obviously, being the son of Jimbo Fisher, but he showed, some tenacity and some instincts, and we're really excited about those guys. And then Ja'Cory Jordan and DJ Boney, they're the athletic guys in the room, and they bring a lot to the table as far as being a dual threat. Just got to get them to slow the game down a little bit for them. But again, I'm really excited about this quarterback room, and I think they have a chance to be one of the best groups in at our level.
Well, Coach, this year you said you wanted to emphasize running the ball to make sure we could run more. And listen, you've got you've got more than two. You've got a great running back room.
Well, we're deep, really deep. I think there were 8 guys going through the spring at running back, which is probably the most I've ever coached. But again, Terrell Jennings is the one carryover from last year, and he's had a great offseason. Leland Wilhoit has moved back to running back, so Rattler Nation hasn't had a chance to see him because of some ineligibility the last year. But he's a guy that can play receiver and running back, so he gives us a lot of versatility. Rattler Nation today got their first glimpse of Jaquez Yant. And so what we've been seeing over 14 practices, Rattler Nation got to see today. But, he's a big back in every sense of the word, but really great feet, great balance, great power, catches the ball really well. So he has an overall skill set that we're really excited about. And then Kevin Dean, he's kind of the shifty back of the crew, and he had some runs today as well. But, again, when you look at a guy like Kevin Sawyer, who's probably 6th on the depth chart going into this game, having a touchdown. Rashawn Quinn breaking a, 50-yard run, the first play from scrimmage coming out of halftime. Sedarius Walker making guys miss in the open field. Little Dalen Hall being shifted. There's a deep room, and it's going to be a tall task to get all those guys touches here this fall, but it's a great problem to have, and we're excited about what those guys bring to the table.
Well, Coach, in special teams, I told Brian Fulford, I said, I'm going to be grilled because I do not know the punter's name, the transfer punter. But, boy, did he boom. I saw him in warm-up in the game. Looks like he could be a viable replacement for Chris Fedora.
Yeah, well, Trey Wilhoit is an All-American punter that we were blessed enough to get, through the transfer portal from Eastern Illinois. Trey's from Tallahassee, played his high school ball down at Childs High School, and Trey wanted to get closer to home. He actually had a higher per average than Fedora last year. I think he finished 6th in the country in punting. And so to get a guy of that caliber to come here, there won't be any drop-off, in my opinion, from a punting perspective. And that's saying a lot when you're talking about replacing arguably one of the best punters in program history. And so we're really excited about what Trey brings to the table. Still have some questions to be answered about field goal, about our place kicker, right? And so we got to look out and see what the portal looks like, maybe see if there's some high school guys that are still looking, and identify some place kickers we have one that's already in the fold in Mike Smith that we're really excited about. But obviously you want to have more than one just because you don't want to overkick that one person. So, but Coach Chili Davis, I mean, he does nothing all day but sit there and watch kicking film. So I have zero doubt in my mind that he's going to identify someone that can come in and give us what we need from a kicking perspective. But right now, punting, we feel really good about. Our snappers, we feel really good about. Return game, we think will be as good as it's ever been. We just got to figure out that place kicking situation, and we get that down, I think we'll have the most dominant unit in the FCS again.
Well, Coach, you got some standards on defense. Kamari Stevens, no question. Isaiah Major, no question. Kendall Bowler, and there are a few more guys, but we saw some guys step up today or see some guys for the first time today. You know, we know the standard guys, and they looked good and sharp today. Talk to us about some of these guys we saw for the first time today.
Yeah, well, the Dark Cloud defense, they're as deep as we've ever been at every position. We're a little banged up on the defensive line, so we didn't see as many of those guys. General Hunt, Dre Jones, Stanley Mentor, you know, those staples that we had last year. We held them out for General and Dre for the whole spring, and then Stanley for the last couple of weeks with a minor injury that he was kind of nursing that we didn't want to aggravate. So we went in a little shorthanded on the defensive line, but as far as linebackers, I mean, we have some guys that can really, really flat out get it. You know, everyone knows about Isaiah Major, but Jordan Moore, making the transition from linebacker to safety to linebacker, has played at an amazing level. Johnny Chaney, you know, he was out today nursing the toe injury, but I mean, Chaney's a big-time player. You got Alan Smith, the transfer from Louisville, who's versatile as a linebacker, a rusher, and then guys like Devin Smith and Eric Horn, who didn't play last year because of shoulder surgery, that we'll have back this year. So we got 6 guys in the linebacker room, much like running back. It's going to be really, really tough for Coach Smith to figure out how to keep those guys happy and giving them enough snaps. But we're really talented in the back end as well, and we feel really good about the depth that we've built. And so there's a standard here defensively, and those guys, those newcomers saw that right away. You got to have some thick skin to play in this defense, because if you give up a play, they're going to let you know about it, because the standard here is we don't give up anything. And as a head coach and a play caller, that's very it's great for me to see and feel, because now I know that I can, you know, be conservative on offense if I need to be, and still give us a chance to be successful, because I don't really see us giving up a whole lot this year on that side of the ball.
Well, Coach, you know, on National Signing Day, you imagine what your team is going to look like. Did you see today that your team could potentially look like? We know some of the guys are not here, but did you see today that your team could potentially look like you and the staff imagined on signing day? Well,
you know, we kind of saw it before today. We saw it after the first few practices that we knew that the transfers that we brought in, they were as good as advertised. It didn't take us long to see that Jalen Glaze was exactly what we thought he was, a big athletic defensive back that can run and hit. It didn't take us long to see that Alan Smith was a versatile guy that's a 6'3", 235-pound linebacker that can play in space but also line up on the line of scrimmage and rush the passer. That we saw that, you know, Deco Wilson was a ball hawk. That Xavion Battle, you know, was a twitchy, quick corner who can challenge wide out. So that Jacques Yant was a big power back that could make plays. Ashton Grayboy, and the list goes on and on. So obviously this team hasn't fully come together yet, because, you know, we don't have everyone here that we'll have, but we're really, really excited about what the potential of this team is, and I can't wait until that report date, until we get everyone here and roll out that first practice and really see what this 23 edition of FAMU football looks like, because I think we got a chance to have a football team that may be one for the ages.